Sons of the Forest has been delayed to October 2022. This is going to be a very sad day. But we got a new multiplayer gameplay clip! Yeah! So, yes, Endonite posted this on its Twitter account announcing the delay for 4 months. That means we have to wait 7 months before Sons of the Forest gets released. A long time they will use, as said in the past, to make the game better and better. I'm sure it's going to be the best survival game of all time. You can clearly see how well done this masterpiece is from the trailers and this clip that now we are going to analyze. Let's go! We have our first ever look at multiplayer in Sons of the Forest. We got more and more hints of other players in the previous trailers and images, but we finally can see it in its own light. It is extremely well done, the realism is spectacular and the character is very accurate. By the outfit, we can assume he is part of the military group sent by Sahara on the island, as we expected. But there is something more. If you look closer, there is a name tag on his chest named Calvin. This is the name of the second player, not of an NPC. We can assume that from the first trailer, where there is no name tag on the military. That confirms this guy is a playable character, and the way he is so accurate and detailed drives me out of my mind. He looks a little weird, doesn't he? He looks drugged or confused, and we're trying to help him by snapping our fingers. This is cool because that could mean many things. I personally think this is going to be an animation, and this will be a very great addition to the game. At the same time, it could be a new way to relate with other players. I mean, when a player is out of sanity, like in the forest, maybe we can help him by snapping the fingers to restore it. Or maybe the player is coming unconscious. That means that the Sons of the Forest stats will be more complicated than in the first game. Am I crazy to think that? Yeah. But what if I'm not? Stay on this image yet. Don't you recognize the location? It's the same where trailer 3 was set. We have the same impaled military bodies and also the same cap of the turtle clip. I remind you, it was shot not just for the trailer, but also for this image where we saw a very strange shadow. I said more and more times it was another player's shadow, in my opinion, and now we got this little clip with another player in the same location. So yes guys, we were right, and so was our theory. Then we have another look at the eating mechanic. It looks very similar to the one in the third trailer, while we eat turtle flesh. This time we are eating raw fish meat. We can see its entrails, disgusting, but I like it, it's extremely realistic. One more thing. This scene was shot for the second trailer, I guess. As you can see, it is the same location of the last sequence of trailer 2. This means Endonite is showing us not used recordings. They are not showing the final product, and this means a lot to me. These scenes are not from the latest game update, but they still look so good! That is crazy, guys! And that means that Sons of the Forest, when it will be finally released, we hope in October, is going to be insane. It's going to be the best survival game of all time. I trust them, I trust Endonite, and you should too. Also, the third scene is set in the same location we saw just a few minutes ago. We can clearly see there is the river and the lake in front of us. So these two scenes were shot in the same gameplay session. One more time, Endonite gives us a look at what the building system will be like. very realistic and detailed, with a very good interaction between the player and the building materials. Maybe the best one in recent years. And also, we can see the snow mountain in the background, the same shown in the trailer too. Then, in the last sequence, we have our first look at the Archery Target, a modern version of the Forest one, where it was just a painted log. I think this scene was shot in the same location as this image, shared by Android on Twitter. It is difficult to say it for sure, but I guess so. Guys, that is everything I found out by analyzing this clip, this incredible clip. Remember that this is not the final product, they are using, not used recordings, so Sons of the Forest will be better than what we are looking at right now. And it is extremely good in this clip, so I cannot understand how good the game will be when it will be released. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, leave a like and consider subscribing, follow me on all the social media, especially in our Reddit community and Discord server, and guys, always remember to survive the forest.